see, or overall thoughts of how the team did today?
I thought it was very competitive on both sides of the ball. It was hard to see, offensively what the other team was doing because I was focused on us. But saw some good runs, saw some competitive catches. Overall, it was pretty clean. Had a couple of miscues, a couple of turnovers that we got to get cleaned up, a couple of penalties. But again, when you split the team, timing's going to get off just a little bit. But overall, just proud of the spring, proud of the way the guys went out and performed. And it was even encouraged on our side of the ball when the third team got in there and moved the ball down.
Did you see what you wanted to see today out of the team?
For the most part, and it's tough in this situation because you don't have all the resources at your disposal. So you're coaching quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers because the teams are split up. So I'll go back and watch the film and really evaluate it. But overall, just the first impression, I thought the quarterbacks threw the ball well. We did drop a couple balls, which would help their percentages. The running backs, I thought they ran hard. We were able to hit some big plays. So overall, the tight ends were involved. I think they caught a couple of touchdowns and made a few big plays. So it was good to see the ball distributed. It was good to see Ray show up and make a couple of big plays. Tavis Scott looked like he was a man on a mission. So those are the kind of things that you want to see in this game. That when you split the team, that the guys are still going to go out and compete.
What are some of the areas you were looking at to improve on offense in the spring?
First thing is touchdowns, efficiency in the red zone. We hit our goal in terms of overall percentage when you count field goals, but we didn't hit our touchdown percentage. Really building chemistry with our offensive line, with the new guys that we're replacing, and also get Mike Williams back in the fold and continue to push Wayne to take the next step in his progression. So there's a lot of things that we want to focus on. The biggest thing is just getting back to the basics and make sure that we're not expanding too much because we are adding some new guys to the mix and really start to develop that cohesion that made us special last year.
Do you have any more or a better idea of who might be the second and third starting running backs after today?
It was competitive, man, and that's what I like to see because you're in practice, you push them. It's hard to recreate a game situation, so now you got to, first of all, I want to shout out the fans. Unbelievable turnout. Coach Sweeney challenged them to show up, and they set a spring game record, so they really helped us to create that game-type atmosphere, and so that's when you really want to see the guys when the lights come on, and you saw Joyce show up, you saw Fuller make some runs, and you even saw Dye break a couple. So it's still going to be a tight race going through the summer, and we won't be able to really put that pecking order together until we finish fall camp. Did some good things, and then a couple of down the field throws. You would like to see better, but then now we're going to go back and look at the tape, and there could have been a situation where the receiver didn't come out of his route when he was supposed to, and Kelly's anticipating that. And then I think the deep ball, the first one, kind of he led the guy too far outside. So just some mechanical things, but to see him respond, come back, manage the system, weren't many miscues. Got to get rid of the ball. Once that first or second progression is not there, it is tough. He's not in a live situation. They get a little comfortable with that purple jersey, but pleased with his progress, but still got some work to do.
When you're mobile like he is, and you're a playmaker, and you hear the whistle,
correct.
Sometimes they not even get touched.
Correct.
Kind of maybe the challenge is keep from getting flustered.
Exactly. Not to get frustrated, and then I think he came up lame a little bit in his knee, and he came back in the game, responded from that. So he's got all the makings, but we got to remember too, he's still a young guy. We want to compare him to Deshaun Watson. We all know what Deshaun Watson is, who he is, and Kelly's going to get there. We just got to be patient and keep putting him in those situations and developing. Some guys, and that's what's crazy about the game now. We're expecting guys to come in and be that guy the day they step on campus because we've been spoiled with Deshaun Watson and Sammy Watkins and Mackenzie Alexander, those kind of guys. But you think of Vic Beasley. Vic Beasley didn't hit his prime until later in his career, so we just got to be mindful of that and bring him along at the pace at which he can go.
What's your take on the team's depth of the receiver? We saw Ray step up good today, saw Renfro and a lot of other guys making good catches today.
Oh, of course, and then you throw Mike Williams. You guys didn't get to see Mike Williams, but we watched him all spring outside of live contact. And would like to have seen Travion make a couple of those catches and come. They were some difficult catches, but come down with those and help his confidence. So I think we got a lot of competitive depth at wide out. This summer is going to be huge for those guys to continue to build that chemistry and that timing with Deshaun. But very pleased with the depth. And then Dion, is doing what he needs to do to get himself back in the mix, and we're very hopeful there. He'll be returning. So I'm excited about the depth we have, and not just at wide out, but at all the positions.
much is red zone touchdown efficiency helped by this number 7 being back?
Well, you know, back when we were, I think there's one year we were top 5 in the country. I think we were like 95%. A lot of it was quarterback run and the ability to get the ball at the nuke and come down with it. So I think he'll help. But also too, we all got to take ownership and making sure that we're converting and putting the young men in the right situation. And they got to take pride that everything happens faster in the red zone. And once we get down there, we got to be locked in and understand that we don't have as much field. We got to be precise, quick with our timing, and then run the football when opportunities present themselves.
Had a double team of freshman defensive tackles. What did you have extra?
Well, we had to block Christian last year, so there's not a whole lot of difference between those two. It's gonna be unbelievable. But you know, that's just a credit to the level in which we're recruiting. You know, the type of young men, and Dexter's gonna be a great player. But you know, all those guys. You know, Scott's elevated, Donald's elevated, Niles Pinkman. You got double team him too. So they got a good problem with that interior defense.
Jake.